What's going on, guys? Mike Murtis, Gamer Logic here, and today I'm trying out a brand new setup, basically. I think you guys have seen us downstairs in the past when we're doing recordings for Operation C and stuff. It's always been a little interesting recording down here, because one, the first major issue is the studio PC I have set for music isn't a gaming machine. It's not a video powerhouse, if you will. So typically it doesn't run things like XSplit and other capture programs very well. A couple months ago that actually fried out. Motherboard finally died and I decided, you know, I have a couple PCs. I'm just really going to focus down here on music and stuff anyways, and if I need to, I'll bring my gaming rig PC down here if we need to record Operation C or whatever. Long story short, it was a pain in the ass bringing this computer down, recording Operation C, because I have a lot of stuff connected up there. Various capture equipment cards, all sorts of stuff. Real pain in the ass. And the other thing was the extra PC I had and set up for recording music just wasn't cutting it. Stuff wasn't working correctly. I wasn't able to capture it as high of a sound quality as I wanted to. The Ethernet card was putting pops and stuff in the recording. Just huge pain in the ass. So I finally decided to bite the bullet and pick up a new PC. Picked up the parts for it, put it together, and the thing is already maxed out. This is like my first AMD PC that I've gotten in a long time, AMD processor-wise. So it's running quad AMDs. The board itself is a pretty small board. It only has a PCI Express mini port, as well as regular PCI. That's all it has for expansion cards. Those are all full, completely full. And just replaced the video card, maxed out the memory, everything else. So I've had the machine for like 3 days, and the machine is just absolutely maxed out. So I've been going through reinstalling stuff, reinstalling my studio software, my VSTs, all that stuff. And in the process, I thought, you know, the main reason I want to buy this too, not just to make sure I have a steady music PC, but to have a steady recording PC where I have lots of room for recording gaming stuff, especially if I do Operation C or just have get-togethers and we just decide to stream, or if we just decide to record stuff like this. And so far so good. You know, I picked up a new video card, popped that in today, and it seems to be working great. I can't record at 1080p 60 frames a second. I can at 30, no problem. At 60 frames a second, 1080p, the CPU spikes. It gets up there. It goes to like 85, 90, and then it actually hits 100. So I'm sure along the lines it'd probably be affecting the recording and dropping frames and stuff like that. So from a recording perspective, that's not going to work. Streaming perspective, I would imagine there's more horsepower involved with that. So that's obviously not going to work. So I went ahead and decided just to lower this down to 720p. And then if I want to, I can always upconvert it, if you will, when I am outputting it through a video editor when I'm cutting things down. So it shouldn't be too bad. And at least that way you can get 60 frames a second. I will say, now that I've recorded my games in 60 frames per second, at least my older games, huge difference. It really does make a difference in terms of flow. You really don't recognize it until you're used to seeing these games run from 30 frames to 60 frames when you're looking at your recordings. So I think, you know, upstairs we can get away with 1080p, 60 frames a second. So if we record up there, it'll look a little bit better. But down here, still 720p, 60 frames per second. Not too bad at all, right? So very happy with the setup. As far as how my setup goes, the way it differs from my upstairs setup. Upstairs I have 2 capture cards. One obviously records my gaming footage. The other one, I actually have my camcorder connected through the HDMI out that plugs into the other capture card, and then I can do XLR mics, phantom power mics, you know, whatever. It's really cool. Makes it easy to set up, and it looks a lot better than a standard webcam, if you will. Down here it's a little different, again, because I only have one PCI Express slot. I can only use one capture card, and I could do a USB capture card, but then you run into issues getting into sound, delay and everything, and then you have your live sound coming in with your USB sound, and you try to match that stuff in XSplit, and it's just a huge pain in the ass. So I didn't want to do any of that stuff. I just figured one capture card will work, and then as far as the camcorder, the video portion, the part you're looking at with me right here, is just a Microsoft 1080p live cam that's actually just running at 720p 30 frames a second. So my video source is running for the games at 60 and the live cam is running at 30 because it can't do 60 frames a second at 1080p, which I don't think you guys care if I myself am in 60 frames or not. I'm pretty sure you just care the game footage. But Logitech, I believe, I have a Logitech webcam as well, and I think that does 60 frames a second, but I really don't care. This is an easy setup. And then it's great setup-wise, because I have, obviously, the PC behind me. You see I got this microphone here. This is actually plugged into a really nice Mackie mixer that I use to record my audio. So this is going through that and into the audio input jack on the sound card, and I think it sounds pretty decent. But that's cool because it's a 16-channel Mackie mixer. So if I end up getting more people here, if there's 2 of us, 2 mics, easy to do. If there's 4 of us, 4 mics, or I could set up an environmental room mic, you know, whatever I want to do. So really nice, big advantage to just say the 2 inputs I have for microphones when I am upstairs. Plus upstairs can be kind of cramped, especially due to all the stuff I have up there. It's really only suited for 2 people. It doesn't work too well in that aspect. It's really, room-wise, it's just a single-size room, you know what I mean? So the other advantage is, other than the audio, is the video card I'm using. The video card will actually let me do 3 inputs at the same time. So I have my big monitor there, I have a monitor on the side there, and then because the video card has mini HDMI out, I have an HDMI cable running on a chair, and that is this monitor here, so I'm able to make sure the stream is working good. I can see myself in the webcam. If I do decide to do a Twitch stream, I could probably put the chat there or whatever and be able to talk to people. And then in front of me here, if you've never seen my setup, I actually have a 120-inch projector right above me. It beams right to this projector, and it just looks fantastic. Any of my older games I'm running on a Retron 5, so I can just go HDMI out. I know people are like, oh my god, you're using a glorified emulator, blah, 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 blah. I really don't care. I have all the machines. I can record the actual machines upstairs, all that good stuff. I don't want to pay another $300 for another up converter, and I don't want to disconnect mine up there because it's buried in many wires. It's just way easier to use a Retron 5, way easier to plug in, and way easier to use. And I'm still using the actual cartridges anyway, so if you got to hang up on that, seriously, just chill out. That's all I have to say about that. But the Retron 5, using the Retron 5, so I get a nice HD crisp picture out to my projector with very little latency, which is awesome. I haven't run into any issues down here playing on the projector with this thing. I can play Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I can play, obviously, Ninja Gaiden 2, which is Twitch reflexes. You really need a fast refresh rate to make that work. And then I have on the side of me here, left side and right side, I actually have my lighting rig. I have just 2 smaller lights. Will give a nice even lighting to the actual room here, to the actual basement. And it's not so bright to the fact that I can't see my projector screen, and it doesn't blind me either. So it's really, really cool in a lot of aspects. It's a nice setup, and I think it's going to be really nice. Not sure if I'm just going to record these local videos and upload them, or if I'm going to decide to start streaming again on Twitch. I don't know if I'd be able to do it on a regular basis or not. You know, what do you guys think? But I guess enough blabbing about this new setup. Let's see if it works. And let's play a little Ninja Gaiden 2 till whenever. So if you're done watching because you're done hearing me blab, then see you guys later. But otherwise, let's jump into the game here. And if you hear like a fan running in the background, my furnace is actually right here. We have the air conditioning on, and I've listened to recordings of stuff in the past. It's not too bad. It's not too annoying, which is kind of nice, and that's mostly due to this microphone here. But obviously, as we get closer to the end of summer, fall, that'll be off, and we'll have a nice, clean, quiet signal. So let's jump into this. Man, I love this game. the music, the graphics, the perfect amount of balance from the first Ninja Gaiden. It's just great. And I'm not noticing any real latency looking at this compared to what's on the projector, so that's equal at least. That's nice. Power up first. Ghost Ninja? No. Honestly, I think my favorite feature of this game is the fact that he could climb. Ryu could climb now on a regular basis. You just didn't have to do the back and forth jumps. Wonder how much easier the first Ninja Gaiden would be if you could do that feature. Wonder if anyone's ROM hacked that. Easy boss. I do like the fact with these webcam these days that they have the tripod mounts on them, so if I need to move stuff around, I can. So if we get more people, I can easily pull the camera back. It's not a big deal. Time to ride the train. So I'll be curious how this turns out with the 60 frames per second recorded. It looks smooth on this end, but you know, that could always be different by the time we're done looking at it. But otherwise not too bad. And worst case, if 60 doesn't work out, I can do 1080p 30 frames a second, and that'll just be how it is. But not a big deal. So obviously now that this is working, and I got a working setup here, I got more recordings planned in the future. Want to get some more Operation C's done. I need some recommendation for some games. That or I just got to look at a list, one of the two. Not an hour or two. Nope. Someone played Super Mario Bros. 2 in Japan and was like, oh yeah, we're going to add this into Ninja Gaiden just to piss the players off even more. Which way are we going? I'm sure it's not as random as it seems. Like, I'm sure the guys who do the games done quick, they know all the little variables and stuff that make the snow and the wind fall the way it does. Come on. Give me a boost. That didn't work. No, I'm almost out of power. Ah. Hey, no snow. Oh. I think that's a health. No. That's extra life. We'll play till I have to continue, then we'll stop. That's more like it. Give me a boost, Twin. Give me a boost. What-a! Who knows, folks? We may make it past this level before I have to quit yet. Come here, stupid bird. Thank you. Gotcha. Let's just keep going. See how far we can get. I'm still playing this like there's wind blowing. No, 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 don't want to climb that. I don't really need the health, I suppose. Nope. Ah, didn't want that. Damn it. Back to the beginning, to you. Wait, I want that. Yes. No. There we go. This is probably my favorite song in the game. Whoa! You guys are happy little bastards. Ah, Mr. Eagle. Ah, this guy's a pain in the ass. Damn it. He's doing so good. Lost my source for a second. That's not good. Wonder if the cable's loose. Stop hitting me! Forgot. That's right. Hey, I got him. Notice there's a little bit of a delay on the audio. I wonder if it's from the HDMI drop that I had just a few seconds ago. Keep it going until I get a game over. Whether you guys like it or not. That was close. So is that. Oh. And well, guys, that's it for my little demonstration to see how this is going to work. So hopefully it turns out okay. We watch it back, and curious to hear your guys' feedback as well, what you guys think. So until next time.